everybody. Welcome to the show. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show with Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson, and Danielle Johnson. On the show today, we have Rigo Arce of Rigo Pest Prevention. Rigo is the CEO and founder of the company, hence the name of the company.
That is the name, and I am the man, and I am in the studio. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, have you been away for a little bit, just doing a little vacation and stuff? I'll let everybody know that everybody know that you're not always doing pest every day.
I've worked hard for many years to build it where it is, and I'm starting to enjoy some of that, some of the fruit of that labor. And I've been very, very blessed with great staff, folks that can handle the operation in my absence, particularly my son, Josh, who's been on the show now a couple times. And so, it's I think anybody that's out there listening, we know that you got to recharge those batteries. You've got to get out and just kind of, reset and refresh. And this way you can come back, a little energized, relaxed, and ready to roll.
Has the company grown since last time we talked? I think we're up to 26. I don't know if that's the number.
Yeah, no, we're staying pat at 26, but we did have our best revenue month in June, one of our strongest months in the company's history. And so we continue to grow as it relates to, client base, revenue, services, and so forth. And just a real testimony of the community putting their trust in us. Super, super grateful.
And the rain's bringing lots of bugs.
Well, the rains are coming now, and I got to tell you, it is going to be quite the late summer, early fall. It's going to be pretty busy.
You want to say thank you to the voters today?
I do. I did want to take a moment. The Reader's Choice Awards 2023, that gambit of voting, all these different services in Tucson. I want to personally thank those that voted for Rigo Pest to be the #1 pest control company. Super honored by that. We'll see the results are not till September. Great pest control companies out there. I mean, just to be considered in the top 10 is an honor.
Right.
It'll get narrowed down to the top 3, and really anywhere first and third, we'll take it. We're really grateful.
Well, we did share that information out there on social media because we think you deserve to be recognized as the best pest prevention.
A five-time winner.
It'd be a 5-time winner. Yeah, that'd be great. So thank you, everybody.
We're talking about the rains that are coming in with the monsoons, and we're just talking about emergence, using the word emergence for the weeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, as Danielle mentioned, we did have a nice wet winter, and boy, the weeds really hit us hard in the late winter, early spring. Well, the same's going to happen again. We are definitely going to be watching these weeds just propagate. So now's the time to get a pre-emergent preventative weed control, right? Placed down on your landscaping. So this is a great opportunity to get that application down onto the soil. It gets pushed down into the soil deep by the rains. That's what you want. You want that product to penetrate deep where those seedlings are. And as they begin to start to germinate, it stops them from growing into maturity. So pre-emergent application right now really is a premium.
I want to say you were out, not you personally, but your company came out probably 4 months ago for us. We got hit hard on the weeds.
Yes.
And it took a little time to get on top of it because we waited until they were tall.
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that, but we did. And
stop ratting me out.
Yeah. And it is like 100% under control now. I mean, the yard is looking as better than ever.
Prevention is so much better. It always is, right? So you get out there, there's nothing on the landscape now. You get that pre-emergent down, you stop those weeds from growing. Man, when those weeds start to grow, they move from, a quarter of an inch to 3 inches overnight. It's
seems
amazing.
Like it, yes.
It's amazing, right? And then, of course, that's the hard work, killing them. And because even after you spray a yard full of weeds, now you got brown things standing there.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Not 3 inches.
Or 6 inches.
Or 12 inches. Yeah.
And so, prevention is king for sure. But even if you have some weeds, we do that, what we call a knockdown or a post application after the fact. That comes with the service as well. And there's a lot of good companies out there that do this. We're fortunate enough to offer that service as well.
The thing I was thinking of is about pre-emergence, and then I thought that what I was told is that pre-emergence has to be before it starts to germinate.
Yeah.
That afterwards you have to go with something else.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once it starts to germinate and actually produce, the roots and rhyme zones and, all this sort of technical term, they're going to grow, and now you have to get a topical application on top of them to get into the system.
And can you treat both at the same time?
You can. In fact, what we typically will do is we'll go ahead and do the pre-emergent first, and then we'll follow up and hit any of the existing weeds, get that topical application. Yeah.
Do you do that in the same day?
You can, absolutely.
Yeah, we put your guy to the test.
Oh, sure.
we were like,
some acreage.
Yeah, we do, and I'm telling you, it looks pretty darn good right now.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news.
Yeah, it took a little effort, and we actually hired someone to come and get rid of all the dead weeds because they did die. But yeah, no, it's looking fantastic. We're very happy.
Good deal.
When it comes to getting financing, or rather getting something for the weeds and getting your service, does the acreage make a difference in price?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the more square footage and more acreage you have, the more work we have to do.
Okay.
And we have limits. We will genuinely tell someone whether we can take on that project or not. So we as always, we provide a free inspection. I mean, that's very important. And then from there, we give a very honest analysis. If it's too much space, too much acreage, square footage, I should say, we will actually make some recommendations to some very good companies that can handle that volume. We really try to stay within a certain range. You know, one of the things that I learned early in my development of Rigo was not to overcommit. It's so easy to say yes to everything and say yes to everywhere, geographically.
Right.
And I learned very quickly that's not a good way to do business. You're going to let somebody down somewhere. And so if we can't handle the service, we're going to let you know that. We appreciate the opportunity, but we are going to make some very, very strong recommendations of who can help you. Yeah.
And customers see that when you sit there going there. You're like, you know what? We can't do this.
Totally.
We'll go to someone else.
Yeah. A real popular one is wildlife, like raccoons, rock squirrels, ringtail cat, skunks, things like that, even bats. We can do some minor things, but for the most part, I'll refer that out all day long. And the companies that I trust, boy, they're so grateful. And they reciprocate, not that they have to, but there's things that they don't do. And as I've said on your show many times, this is a community. The pest control industry is a community. I have a great deal of respect for the owners of these operations in Tucson, and I want to work well with them, and I think we do.
And I think you do that every time you come here. You never pretty much emphasize your company. You always emphasize the industry.
That's exactly right.
And what's so amazing about me, most people we're talking about, this is what we do, this is how we do it. You're like, no, we all do the same thing. I just want you to come to me because I think I have some of the best service. But there are people like me or similar to my company that can do the work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about values. And every now and then we'll meet someone and we're just not lining up. I can sense it and I'll say, listen, I got a couple of companies that I think might work well with you and we want them happy. Yeah.
Are you doing commercial as well on the weed control?
We are doing commercial as well, both pest control, structural pest control, rodent control, and then, of course, weeds as well, yes.
We're heading to the break, and we have one of the best pest control people in the city of Tucson.
And they don't have to take our word for that because the Reader's Choice Award
is coming up.
Says that it has happened
4 times in a row. We're talking about Rigo Pest Prevention. We're here with Rigo RC, who's the owner and CEO and founder, and the best thing out there in the world in pest prevention is Rigo RC. We're heading to the break. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on 1030 AM The Voice, KVOI. Thanks. See, we'll talk to you on the second segment of the show.